everyone. Welcome to A Talk with Armani. I am your host, Armani Aman. Today, I have a very exciting show planned for you. And if you were in the movie theaters at any time this year, I'm sure you saw my next guest. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to A Talk with Armani. If you've been to the movies in the last couple years, you've seen my next guest. He has been in blockbuster dramas. He has been on television, big screen, little screen, you name it. He's been there. So I'm sure you'll join me in welcoming Mr. Eli Everett.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing good, thank you.
Oh my gracious! So you've just been having it your way, huh?
It's been a good year this year.
Okay, well, it's only been a couple of. We're not even halfway through it. We're like right at the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
So Sleepless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how amazing was that for you?
It was good to work with Jamie Foxx and Michelle Monaghan was really good experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
I learned as an actor just by acting with them. So I had a great time, and then for that to be my theatrical debut with the Oscar winner and the Oscar nominee, I was very happy about that.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. So you get called for it. So how was the whole process? Like, what did you do? Like, I'm all into the hype.
Yeah. No,
so it's like, okay, you got the call back.
Yeah, just audition after audition. Went for my original audition. Got the call back with the director himself, Barenboe Hodar, and he asked me to do a specific scene that's in the movie that gets a lot of good laughs. So I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But it was something that I knew, what he wanted.
Okay.
And when I did it, I seen a smile on his face, so I kind of knew I had the part right there.
Okay.
And I got on set about 3 months later, maybe 2 months, and Jamie was really nice, just a really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Knew what height I was just by looking at me. His dad, I think, used to run a football camp, so he's kind of football oriented.
Okay.
We did our scenes, didn't really practice much. It kind of came organically, and altogether we had about 5 scenes. They kept about 3 in the movie, but
and that in and of itself is exciting because a lot of people are in movies and they do their lines and they think they do well, and then when they see the final, it's like,
not a lot of stuff in there. I'm actually in Hidden Figures, and in Hidden Figures they cut my scene.
Okay.
But I'm still in the credits, and I still have everything from there. But this one was good for me because, like you said, they kept it in there. Then there was a lot of singles, and I didn't think about it. I work in the industry in production while acting, and it was like I didn't think about it then, but people in production were like, yo, they got singles of you, they got a wide of you. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Okay.
So I think he really wanted to kind of show the people, here's a new big guy that can really make himself prevalent in the film industry.
Right, and for the audience is trying to the singles, the camera was just on you.
Just on me.
Wasn't you? I wasn't sharing my spotlight with anybody.
Yeah.
The camera was just focused on me. Here I go.
A couple times. I hadn't looked at it that way, but
right.
That's I'm blessed. I'm thankful.
Right, and then when the camera wasn't just on me, it was on me and Jamie.
Me and Jamie, me and Michelle.
So I was in the presence of I'm already here.
Yeah, it was cool.
a humbling, but it's still, it had to be mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you actually got the part, where were you at when you got the call that said, hey, this is yours? Where were you at? What were you doing?
I probably driving, but that's my next audition.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a good year. After this one, I had another call back for a movie, Baby Driver, which also stars Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
And my scene was done with John Hams. One scene, but it was good enough for the director again to call me into a room and do some audio and everything. So it was a good year.
Okay.
And I just booked 2 more, so I'm thankful.
Right, and like I said, we're just getting past the winter. We're going into the spring. So tell me this: how did you get into? When did you decide? Because I know you've got background in production.
Yeah.
You've done all kinds of things that people may not have even recognized. You as because you've always been kind of in between, not necessarily behind, but in between the scenes.
Mm-hmm. For me, I started out my internship at BT, and from there, I worked my way to the Monique Show.
Right.
I was in Atlanta. That's when I moved from Philly to Atlanta in 2009. And that was a great run. 2011, it got canceled. A lot of people didn't know what to do. I didn't want to move back to Philly. So that year, I think Shaq had retired.
Mm-hmm.
And working in Turner, they said, you look like Shaq. So they asked me to be his double, his photo double.
Okay.
So I was his photo double for one commercial, and then he took on to me, and for still to this day, I've been his double for that long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then from there, it was also Tyler Perry. And I said, you know what? I like being Tyler Perry and Shaq's double. I kind of like what's going on in front of camera more.
Right.
So I wanted more, so I decided during that time to take the funds that I was going to school for, that was really carrying me over because the show had canceled, I didn't have a job, and this was the only lane that was opening up. So God just kind of led me to there.
Okay.
And from there, I got an agent, and about a couple years later is when I started booking TV shows like Greenleaf, and Survivor's Remorse was my first show that I booked. And really from 2015, when I was about to give up, in 2015 is when everything just started happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know you're like, you know what, prayers up. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm happy. I mean, when you get your first one, it's like, all right, we got it. But I'm so ambitious. I wanted more. So
right.
even, it's great to be in the film with Jamie and stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I'm
on to my next audition.
I
got to get to my next thing.
Yeah, and I do a lot of studying. And Michael B. Jordan once said, he takes the script, goes in, finish it. Once he's done, he leaves it there. That's it. You got to go to your next one.
Right.
So, I like to be creative, and you're creating a masterpiece and contributing to something that is important to somebody.
Right.
So I just want to make sure I bring all my talents to that and do the best that I can at my craft, and I enjoy doing it.
Okay. Well, that's the most important thing. Anything that we can do and enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy doing it because that gives us the extra perseverance, the extra push that we need to be successful at it.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's very important. So what's next? I know we're going to more interviews and more auditions, and we're just lining up.
Yeah.
But, I know it's another big movie in the works down the road. Summertime release.
Yeah, the summertime release of Baby Driver. I'm not sure if I can say what I did in the film, but I'm a cop in the film.
Okay.
There's a certain scene that happens with John Hamm, a marvelous guy to act with as well, very nice guy, that me and him had a nice scene together. And then, as I said, I just booked 2 more. They're in the confirmation, so I can't really say what they are as of yet.
Okay.
But hopefully I'll come back for another interview and it'll be done.
I will be glad to have you. Thank you so much for coming out. And we can continue to follow your career and what's going on with you. Yeah. And give us your social media.
SKOOLA, Schooler the Ruler, SKOOLATHA. And it'll come up from there. It's Mr. 6'6", I'm 6'6", so that's the page name.
Okay. All righty. Well, Mr. Schooler the Ruler. We'll be sure to check you out on social media. And, of course, when we're looking for the credits on all those different movies, we'll be looking for Mr. Eli Everett. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Right.
We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to A Talk with Armani. So I'm laughing because during the break, me and Delyara had already started discussing the hot topic because really, we just talked and we're waiting for you to come back from getting your drink or whatever it was that you got during the break. But, reality is, we're sitting here and we're talking about the hot topics topic. And the hot topics topic is actresses and actors and being in the business and breaking into business. And some people will say, hey, I'm willing to do anything it takes to get on screen. But then you have some other people that says, I won't do that and I won't do that. And in the midst of all of that, and I'm giving you this background so you can know exactly why I was laughing when we came back. I'm also a director, as you know, and I've directed a couple of different things, and I've produced a couple of different things. So, and I've had the opportunity to cast. The very first project that I worked on, I cast myself. So, and there's so many different components to creating a movie or a production. You have your feature actors, you have your ones that are not necessarily features, but they're like co-features. But a very important part of a cast of a project will be your people that are in the background, your background actors. It's so important that SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, actually makes it a credit towards membership. But I'm sitting here with an accredited actress who says, don't bring no extra work around me. So I'm just trying to figure out why. Like, why not? It's what is it? Because it's not paying? Or is it because, why? Why won't you do extra work?
There is a lot of extra work that pays. Union films all pay. In Georgia, we do not get SAG credits, but in LA, they do. They get SAG credits. They get paid more. They get probably treated better, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's moving in the wrong direction. As an actor, if you're an extra, you're a prop. That is basically what you are considered. And I'm sorry if it hurts people's feelings, but that's what it is. You're a prop. You're made to create the scene. You're very important for the scene itself, but you are not showing your acting talent.
But you can't just come off the bench and start playing in the starting five. You just can't do that. You got to get to the point where you can get to the talking scene, to be in the feature, to be in the co-feature, to be the person to say, oh, look up in the sky. You can't, like, it don't start out like that. You have to, the movie needs people. Like you said, okay, if you want to, I'm not calling anybody a prop. I'm not. But we need people to fill out the scene. But my thing is, for somebody to say, oh, I'm not doing extra work, why not? If this is, it could be a fantastic opportunity.
Because you're moving in the wrong direction. As an actor, you're moving
in the wrong direction to what?
You're moving backwards. Like, to already have speaking roles and be credited, you work so hard to get there. And now you want to go back to being a prop? No,
okay, so let me ask you a question.
I'm not doing it. I don't care if you're paying me or not. I'm not doing it.
Okay, so, you know, your car note is due, and you don't have any credited work, but somebody's willing to offer you $500 a day to be an extra. You're telling them no.
I don't know who's offering that.
But I'm asking you, if it's a paying job, are you telling them no?
Yes, find something else. Find something else. Do not put yourself. You have other actors who are looking at you. You have directors, producers who are not taking you seriously because you're not taking yourself seriously. You're not taking your craft seriously.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm so serious.
I don't even say how you, because you want to be working. Right. You're working. Regardless if you're actually
walking back and forth.
Yeah, but you're working. You're getting a check. You're credited. How can you say
you're not credited?
Wait a minute. You can be credited. I credited all my extras. Oh, if you go on IMDb to by any means, everybody that was ever part of any part of it was credited. Right. That's what happens. You've got some people. It's not about being a good person. It's about the fact that I take every part of the production serious.
Yeah.
I just, don't tell me, oh, I'm not, okay, you're not doing no extra work, that's fine. But to me, that's almost the equivalent of saying, oh, I'm not going to wear that, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. If you are an actress. Then,
not an extra.
Yeah, so you stand there and make the scene what the scene needs to be.
So you just want me to stand there, like, sit there like this and say that I'm acting?
What do you mean?
But I'm not. I'm a prop. I'm like this right here. Prop.
So the difference between eating and not eating is the fact that you don't want nobody to look at you like you're not taking your profession seriously.
You're not taking it seriously. You work so hard to be credited as an actor. So hard. It is such a difficult, competitive business. And then you want to move backwards. You want to say that I want to go back to being a prop. People on set are not taking you seriously because they're like, wait a minute, you were just moving on.
Different scenario. Okay. So you have been local. You're a local star in the hood. That's what you've done. That's what's happened. You've been on a couple of TV shows, this, that, and the third. And then Martin Scorsese calls you and says, hey, I like your look. Mm-hmm. I want you to be in this scene. And you say, is it speaking? And he says, no. I like your look. I want you to be in this scene. Is it paying? No or yes. Either way.
It's an opportunity.
But I like your look and I want you to be in this scene. You're telling this award-winning, Oscar award-winning, Golden Globe award-winning, I believe Emmy award, this legendary director. No, because you won't take me seriously?
No. If he personally calls my
face. He's not calling you. He's not calling you.
He's not calling me?
No, but somebody is calling you. Someone is calling you and saying, we want you in this because of your look. Like, I get what you're saying as far as I get what you're saying as far as you want to be taken seriously. Yeah. You don't want to just be, a long time ago, I told someone when I used to manage this group, and I said, you can never accept less than this for a certain amount of time because people will think that they can get you for the low. Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. Mm-hmm. But I also, and maybe because I am a producer or director, I believe that all parts, everyone that participates in the project is relevant to the project. I really believe that.
I'm not disagreeing with that. It's not to say that somebody's irrelevant, but you can't say that when you cast Denzel in a film, you're casting Denzel for his talent. But if Denzel had to walk back and forth, anybody can do that. But not everybody can be Denzel.
But not everybody has done what Denzel has done. Not everybody has gotten and did all the work that Denzel has done. But from the beginning, did Denzel demand only speaking parts, or was he an extra on something?
I mean, he was probably an extra, and then he went into theater, and then he got his speaking parts for TV and film. But he did not go be an extra, go into theater, get a speaking part, and then go back to being an extra.
Okay.
I'm going to call Denzel and find out.
Okay. No problem. I can agree with that. Okay, so at the end of the day, for an actress or an actor, once you feel as though you've reached a certain point in your career, that to accept extra work is now beneath
I don't want to use that word.
But that's what you're saying.
Not a great word.
But what? Now it's just that
it's not beneath you. It's just that it's not helping you.
Okay.
If you really want to be an actor, get on set, even if you have to be an extra 3-4 times, learn the lingo, understand how set works, understand every part of sets, set dressing, props,
So I guess I get what you're saying. Being an extra is the building blocks. It's the learning stages. It's what you do to get to the point where you finally get your first break as a speaking person. Yeah. And if you were to go back after you did a couple of speaking roles and go back to extra, it may be conceived by others that maybe you wasn't great in these speaking roles, or maybe you did not do well with these when you went beyond the extra work, and now you've just kind of been put back in your place as a prop,
basically.
Okay. See, it doesn't take much to get me to understand. I just have to get into the groove of thinking, because as a director and a producer,
you're looking at everything.
You're good. You're fantastic. I need you. I need a bunch of people. Yeah. And then you get a whole bunch of people saying, I don't do extra work. Well, it's like, oh my God, what about my production?
You should ask them what they've done. And if they're not credited, then...
Well, when I cast all my shows, and there's been quite a few people that I've looked at, and I've just been like, you'd be great as an extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd be great. You're like, I wouldn't, this is your calling, extra. Thank you once again for joining me. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you once again for joining me on a Talk with Armani and just listening to my rants and ravings. I'm not saying that if you once act on a role that maybe you should take any little role that comes to you. I'm not saying settle for less. I'm not saying that if you feel as though something is beneath you, maybe you have to reach down and grab it. What I am saying is every single person that works on a project is integral to that project. And sometimes we can allow money or title or status or lack thereof to kind of push us into a corner and we miss out on something bigger. Who knows if when you're playing that part of an extra, and according to my co-host Dayara, you're not playing or acting or doing anything, you're just standing there. But who knows that when you're on that screen that somebody might not see you and notice you and say, I like that person's look. There's nothing to say that that won't happen. So before you just decide that I'm not going to do this because there isn't a paycheck or because I'm not speaking or because I feel as though my talent is above this and to accept this role would be beneath me, think about it. You know, there may be some circumstances where you can benefit from just chilling in the background. There may be some circumstances that you can benefit from not being the star of the show or the toast of the ball. Sometimes it might be to your benefit to just kind of hang back, cross your legs, sip a tea, and just be seen. Everybody has their own opinion. And again, it's not mine to disagree with yours. It's simply to explore all possibilities as I continue to talk to real people about real situations and try to see if I can find some real solutions. If you have anything that you want to discuss, please feel free to go to my website, A Talk with Armani. You can comment on everything that we discussed here today. Feel free to send me an email at any time at Armani@atalkwitharmani, or give me a call at 1-855-7-ARMANI. Any way you want to get in contact with me, any way you want to reach out, anything you want to talk about, feel free to use any one of those mediums. And if you're a social media guru, then go ahead and check me out on Instagram at It's Armani's World. See you soon.